Hi, welcome back to On the Volley. I'm here, okay, in the centre of Rome, my local spot. I'm outside the Shamrock Irish pub, just round the corner from the Colosseum. So like I always say, if you're ever over in Rome and you're in the area, you know, maybe you've gone to see the Colosseum, make sure you stop by, have a drink, okay? Great beer, great people, great staff. It's just great overall, basically. I mean, I love it, so it is what it is. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about that man again, Ange Postecoglou. And something tells me that he's not going to win a fourth consecutive Manager of the Month award, yeah? I think he's definitely out of that running. Because you know what? It wasn't a good week for him. Now, what I can't understand, I mean, I know the guy, okay, has had injuries. He's injury to, he was without Madison, he was out without Mickey van der Ven, he was without Romero because of suspension, he was without Destiny, again because of suspension. I'm gonna have a bit of background noise, yeah? But if you go and look at their performance when they were down to 9 men against Chelsea, I mean, they were incredible. They were heroic. They were warriors, okay? They took it to Chelsea. Hold on. And that was with 9 men. Now they play Wolves with 11. And it was two completely opposite performances. Now, Paul Merson had come out and said that he'd be very surprised if Spurs beat Wolves. And to be totally honest, yeah, I said on my last video, I said I couldn't understand Paul Merson coming out with a comment like that, because I honestly did believe that Ange's Spurs would beat them. I mean, for me, it was a done deal. And I know Wolves have improved recently, yeah, and they haven't been playing too bad. They're a good team, yeah, they're playing good football. But although I wasn't expecting the same performance from Spurs, their performance against Chelsea, you know, I didn't expect the same level. But I'm thinking to myself, you know, even if they're playing at half that level, they should still be too strong for Wolves. My bad, I got it wrong. And I watched Ange's post-match interview, and to be totally honest, I understand where he's coming from. I understand what he's saying, and I understand why he's saying that, yeah? Because he was coming out saying, oh, you know, he was proud of the boys. He couldn't criticise the team, their commitment, the resilience, so on and so forth. But you could tell by his body language that that is not what he's thinking. At least that's my opinion, yeah? Because let's be honest, yeah? It's not like Ange can go and publicly criticise his players. He must have been fuming inside of him, okay? I believe I have a decent understanding of Ange, yeah, because of the fact that I follow him, watch his, pre-match and post-match reviews, and I've been following the guy now. It's like, this is what, the 3rd year? So, yeah, I researched him, and I may be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm correct, but I honestly do believe I am, yeah? But that's just my opinion. Now, the other thing is, like, Ange had the tables turned on him. It was just basically Ange's philosophy of we never stop. Well, Wolves took it, okay, to the maximum. They took it literally, because Wolves never stopped. And I tell you what, they deserved to win. Wolves did deserve to win. And I mean, if you want my opinion of the analysis of the whole game, Wolves should have been out of sight way before then, yeah? because they were definitely the better team. They kept mucking up in the final third, yeah. Their last ball was absolutely abysmal. A couple of shots which they had, again, way off target, and it's like they had all of the game, basically. I mean, what? I think Son had one shot, which was blocked. But the trouble is, they lost 2-1, but they went 1-0 up. They were 1-0 up, and after that I thought, okay, here we go. We're going to get another serving of Ange ball. That was nothing like Ange ball. It just wasn't the Spurs team that I think the Spurs fans are used to seeing. Now, don't get me wrong. I did say they are in, past videos that he will lose points, he will lose games. And Ange just said it himself. He's turned around and said, look, it's a young team, we're building, and that is true, yeah. Look, he started his back line, yeah. He only had one starter from his original back four, yeah. Because Romero, like I said, suspended. Destiny suspended. Mickey van der Ven out until the new year. So, it's basically a completely different back four. But then again, I wouldn't even say that was a problem. Without Maddison, they lacked creativity. Holberg just wasn't doing it for me. I'm sorry to say there was no creativity. No balls was going to Son. He really, and I think that's the 11th game that Son has played against Wolves and hasn't scored against them, yeah? But, okay, that's understandable. But there wasn't really that many chances created for him anyway. So it was like they were devoid of ideas, yeah? And if I was a Spurs fan, I wouldn't have been happy with that performance, to be totally honest. But then on the plus side, I would turn around and say, well, you know what? We're doing a lot better than what we expected at the start of the season. So they can't really complain. And again, it's a process. It is a process and is building. And I think the January transfer window, I can't underline it enough, is going to be critical for Ange Postecoglou. Well, after those two defeats, okay, the situation as it stands at the moment is still not too bad, okay, right? Because, Man City, okay, they're top at the moment. They drew 4-4 with Chelsea. They're away to Chelsea. I mean, I didn't see the game. I'm going to watch the highlights, but it must have been a mega game. Mega. Because 4-4. So Chelsea seem to be improving as well, So, they put 4 past Man City. They put 4 past Spurs. But they put 4 past Spurs with 9 men. Do you know what I mean? So there you have it. Look, Man City are top with 28 points at the moment, yeah? And then you've got joint second place, if you like, Liverpool and Arsenal with 27. Liverpool are just ahead on goal difference. So if you look at the league table, you have Liverpool second, Arsenal third, and that's down to goal difference. Spurs are fourth, okay, with 26 points. So it's not a tragedy. It's not something which, should really worry Ange at the moment. If he's looking at the league table. But what Ange should be worried about is the performance of some of his players, the lack of creativity that there was, the lack of opportunities that was created, and the fact that they were under the cosh quite a bit, yeah? And again, you can turn around and say, oh, yeah, well, we've got injuries. It's part and parcel. Every team has injuries. So it's about the depth. It's about who's going to step in and pick up the mantle when these players... Hold on a second. when these players are given an opportunity, okay, when these players, you know, important players like Maddison and Van der Ven and Romero and Destiny are out, you have to have players that can come in, pick up the mantle and do the job. Didn't happen. Did not happen against Wolves. I didn't see it. It is what it is. So, you know, I think the next 4 games is going to be critical, and I think they're at home to Villa, who are 5th in the league at the moment, yeah, with 25 points. So that's a team to be worried about for Spurs, because they're an attacking team, they play good football, and they're 5th for a reason. You know, they're bringing in the results. So and that's on the 26th of November, I believe, yeah. Then on the 3rd of December, Spurs are away to Man City. And you know what? I can't see them beating Man City. That is a tough ask, especially based on their performance against Wolves, yeah. What can I say? 7th of December, Spurs are at home to West Ham, so it's a London derby, okay? Yes, it's not the North London derby, but it is a London derby. I don't think that'll be an easy game for Spurs neither. Derbies never are easy games, as you all know, as we all know. And then on the 10th of December, Spurs are at home to Newcastle. And Newcastle, a vastly improved Newcastle, obviously, to seasons past. So that's not going to be an easy game as well. So I think Ange has got his work cut out. I honestly believe that Ange can get them to pick their level up, because that's Ange. That's what he does. He knows he's going to have bumps. He knows he's going to have situations where they're not going to play to the level that he wants or expects them to. But he'll be there and he'll be like, you know, I tell you what, if I was Ange, you know what I'd be thinking? I'd be thinking, bloody hell, I should have started with the 9 players that finished against Chelsea and just started with 9 players. Played better with 9 than we did with 11. You know, so me personally, I feel for the guy. I'm happy that Arsenal are now above Spurs. Okay, so, you know, all my boys that do watch this channel finally see what I'm talking about. Okay, I want Ange to do well, but I don't want Spurs to do better than Arsenal. I'll say it, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it until it gets into your heads. Anyway, look, that's it. It wasn't a bad week. It wasn't a good week, sorry, for Ange. All I can say to Ange Postecoglou is, welcome to the Premier League, man. Welcome to the Premier League. This is what it's about. It's not going to be easy. It's nothing like you've ever faced before, and I think you're getting to realize that. Every team is a challenge, and you've got to be at the top of your game for every single game. You can't slip even for one. And I'm sure he's got that. So, anyway, looking forward to Ange's future chronicles. Let's see what will go on them, you know what I mean? Me, Shah, I'm out.